Greetings, CYBERDOGs and citizens of the interbubs! This is RENDOG'S coming at you from Moldbeard's Enchanted Wizard's Cave in this Let's Play Minecraft Survival series. In the previous episode, we created a sweet-ass skelebutt delivery system for our quadruple mob spawner XP farm. And in this episode, my friends, we're going to figure out a way to connect the wizard's cave to the mob spawner so that we can start doing some serious enchanting. Sit back and relax, my friends, with a tasty beverage and a crunchy-ass snack. It's time to play some Minecraft with your dog. Hello, Moldbeard, what is happening? You are as pungent as ever today, my friend. Your face in particular is looking a little bit more moldy than usual. Again, shower, you know, get in the shower, wash the fur. No? Okay, fair enough. Anyway, my friends, welcome back. Check it out. I've got 64 levels. That is absolutely amazing, and that is because, my friends, I have managed to get our quadruple mob spawner a-firing and kicking at all freaking levels, and it is amazing. It is the most awesome thing that I've ever created in this series, and I'm so proud of it. I am so happy with how it's turned out, man, and it has been a painful journey to this point. Let me tell you something, my friends. The amount of poison that is directly in my butthole right now is quite unbelievable. I think I'm going to be poisoned for the next year or so, but I've managed to get the thing functioning the way that I want it to work, and it is so awesome. We have a murder hole over here for the spiders and for the skelebutts. Spiders underneath, skeletons above, and I've inputted a little bit of a hopper delivery system over here, as recommended by quite a few of you guys. Check it out, right? All we have is a hopper that sits underneath these spiders. Let's just clear these freaking arachnid corpses so that I can show you. And this hopper picks up all of the stuff that is dropped by the spiders, and it picks up some of the stuff that is dropped by the skeletons, but not all of it, unfortunately, because I don't know why, but some of the skeleton loot doesn't actually drop through this fence. So I need to just figure out some way to get all of the loot collected, but I don't know if I'm going to do that for the next while, because this project has taken it out of me, my friends. This has been a pretty difficult project to get done, and I want to take a break from this in a moment. But down there, you can see the hopper is down there. There it is, just underneath the water source. And then there's another hopper connected to that one, and that goes into this chest. And this is where I am collecting all of the sweet loots. Look how many bones we have. Look at all this string. This is like an infinite supply of wool that we've got now. We've got a bunch of arrows that I don't have to worry about arrows anymore. We've got some spider eyes that we can use for brewing later on. And of course, we're collecting a little bit of armor and stuff from the skelebutts. I've been churning through my iron supplies. Something fierce, my friends. I'm even wearing some golden boots. It's got feather falling on them though, so that's pretty cool. Picked those up from one of these skelebutts that I've been slaying in here. And yeah, this is our quadruple mob spawner. It is a beautiful thing. I also get a bunch of enchanted bows every now and then, which is amazing. You can see that there's a bunch up here, which is really sweet. I mean, nothing too exciting, but there's a flame one, which is pretty good. I think we'll use that for our new bow when we make it. And I have also fixed the problem that we had in the previous episode of all of these spiders getting clogged up inside of that delivery chute. And a couple of you guys told me in the previous episode that what we need to do is make the actual chute that delivers the spiders into the little spider tunnel down here. We need to make that a little bit wider. Some of you guys were suggesting 2 blocks wide. I tested that out, but that worked okay. I've actually made it 3 blocks wide. Here's an example of what I did, because I am not going back in here ever again, my friends. This is it for me and the cave spiders. I am never entering this spawning chamber ever again. You hear me? Never again. Seriously, I have nightmares about this place these days, my friends. But check it out. I made the tunnel 3 blocks wide, and at the very end of it, I added a slab just underneath where the spiders go into the actual spider delivery tunnel. You know, this is where they're being sent down into this tunnel to be delivered into the murder hole. So this is working out pretty well, actually. This little bit of slabbage over here has seemed to do the business. It's stopped the spiders. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean, right? So it's basically stopped the spiders jumping up and down when they get into this tunnel. So when they get pushed down here and they go down in there, if you don't have this slabbage here, dang it, can I place the slabbage correctly, please? Jeez, my brain is not functioning right now. Come on, brain, get involved. I'm telling you, man, whenever I start working on this project, my brain like has a nightmare. It has a flashback to all the pain that I've been suffering over the last week. But there we go. So when the spiders get down into that spider delivery tunnel, they were sort of floating up into this block space here and hanging out there a little bit, and putting the slabs there sort of forces the spiders into the delivery chute. And you guys can hear how ridiculously jammed up this thing is getting with spiders. And if we have a look in here, we can see that there is absolutely no cloggage whatsoever, which is absolutely amazing. So happy about that, man. I've also completely closed off the skeleton spawner chamber over here too, so the skeletons are now spawning at an optimal level. And I do need to probably close this up eventually, get all of this place closed up, and probably start shifting some of the stuff from our little workspace here up into the mole hole too. But I've been smelting down a little bit more iron, and I have just spent the last hour or so collecting all of the rails out of this abandoned mine shaft. I think I've pretty much collected all of them. Check it that, man. 3 stacks and a little bit of rail action that I got out of one abandoned mine shaft. That's quite a lot. That saved me quite a lot of iron, actually, which is really sweet. And I think I've been smelting down some gold also. And I just got back from the mole hole storage room to get myself some gold. Our 2 diamonds that we had there. I'm going to combine that with these diamonds. Picked up some more lapis. Got some gold ingots. We're going to need to make some more powered rails, I think, today. Got some redstone too. So we'll need to make some redstone torches. And why? Why, I ask? I see you guys asking. Well, that's because today we're going to figure out a way to get from our little grinding chamber here all the way up to the Enchanted Wizard's Cave. And what I essentially have done here, as you saw in the beginning of the episode, is I've dug a tunnel that comes all the way down from Moldbeard's Cave, all the way down into our XP farm. And I know what some of you guys are saying. You're saying, RenDoG'S, why don't you just make an enchanting facility down here? Why don't you just set up an enchanting table here with lots of chests, and you can come down here and grind XP and then collect all of your jazz? I just don't want to do it that way. I want to have a dedicated space for enchanting, a dedicated space for XP grinding, which is this chamber, and I would like to create a little bit of a railway network from this place all the way up to Moldbeard's Enchanted Wizard's Cave. I know it's not the most efficient way to do it, I know, guys, but this is just the way that I like to play survival, or Minecraft survival, in this world anyway. I know that, you know, I've learned a lot of lessons from playing multiplayer Minecraft with the Hermits and with Kingdom Craft and everything that I've learned over the years, but in my world, this is the way that I like to do things, baby. I like to have dedicated buildings for the different tasks that we have in Minecraft, and I really love Moldbeard's Cave. I want Moldbeard's Cave to be dedicated to enchanting, and it's not going to be too much of a mission to go back and forth between the cave and the spawning facility if we have like a nice little railway network over here, right? So here's what we're going to try and do today. We're going to try and install some rails. There's going to be 2 lines that are going to run next to each other, and the one line is going to be for human transportation, or for the transportation of myself, to be more specific, and the other line is going to be a transportation of goods. So if we get really nice bows, for example, from those skelebutts, we're going to be able to stick it into like a minecart chest thingy, or a chest cart, I think is what it's called, and send it all the way up here. It's just an easier way to start transporting items from our quadruple mob spawner up into this area over here. So I want to try and figure out a way to get a line up here, and I think I've got enough rails for this. I hope so, or I'm going to have to start digging into my iron supplies, but let's try this. So we're going to have one line that runs like this, right? And this is going to go all the way down if it actually behaves itself. There we go. And then we're going to have another line running right next to it. I'm going to have to work on making these walls a little bit more beautiful, though. It's looking at a little bit janky right now. And today, my friends, with 65 levels in the bag, I want to do a little bit of enchanting with you guys. It is super exciting times. We have got a diamond pickaxe. Our very first diamond pickaxe we created in Season 5. We got 5 diamonds also. We found a couple of these diamonds in the abandoned mine shaft, and 2 of them were left over from a mining expedition a few episodes ago. And we are going to create for ourselves our very first enchanted pickaxe for the season. And it is going to be absolutely awesome. I am super excited about it. You know, one of the things that I'm trying to do in Season 5 is get to a point where we've got some really good tools and stuff, so that we can actually start building, creating, and taking stuff down a little bit quicker in the series. Basically, we can start working at a sort of more efficient rate, basically. The better your tools in Minecraft, the better that you can function as a builder, right? That's a little lesson that I learned from Iskal. And this is not really working out the way that I wanted to. Hang on, let's see. What am I doing wrong over here? I think we need to come down one block like that. There we go. Okay, so that rail's going to turn around beautifully. Perfect. That's looking absolutely jazztastic. Now, let's add a little bit of a thing at the end of the line over here. Let's just use that for now. Okay, so this is where the minecart is going to stop. This is going to be one of the minecarts anyway. And then let's add a second line over here. And I think it looks like we're going to have enough rails to do this. Thank you very much, Abandoned Mineshaft. I appreciate it. And this is kind of annoying that these lines are connecting with each other. Very, very annoying, actually. Is that... Oh, man, that is actually not going to work at all. We might have to put down powered rails at the end here so they won't connect. Okay, perfect. So that doesn't connect. Now, let's get a line led up all the way from the quadruple mob spawn all the way up to the Enchanted Wizard's Cave. One of these lines is going to be for transporting the RENDOG'S. The other line is going to be for transporting the goods, baby. The loots. The sweet, sweet, sweet loots, baby. And, okay, so that's looking good. I love the way the two lines look next to each other. It's one of my favorite things in Minecraft is rails. I absolutely love them. Even though over the years, they've been made kind of obsolete with things like horses, elytras, ender pearls, you know, all of these things that make transport easier. Slowly but surely over time, rails have become yet less useful, but not in Rentopia, baby. Rentopia still loves rails, and I am never going to get sick of these things. They are so, so awesome. Now, let's get a powered rail up here to end our line like this. Perfect. Now, I don't know exactly how we are going to design these lines at the top and the bottom, but for now, let's just do a little something like this, right? Now, we've got two lines, and what we're going to need to do, though, is get a bunch more powered rails, I think, so that we can actually power the minecarts going up and down this giant-ass hill. We're going to actually have to use a bunch of gold. We probably have to use most of our gold for this, unfortunately. So let's get it done. Let's get it done. Let's get some golden ingots like this. And I think I remember how to make these. A little bit of redstone like that. Yes, there we go. All right, so let's make like 24 for now. If that's not enough, we can make a few more. And I think we probably need to make some redstone torches too. So let's get those in the belly. I guess we need to make a lot of them. So I'll make 36 of those bad boys. And what we're going to have to do, I think, is find a way to power these rails every... how can we do this? I suppose let's work out where the powered rails are going to be. There's probably going to have to be one over here at the very bottom, and we can do something. Oh, hang on, this is going to dig into the mob spawner itself, isn't it? Yep, that is cute, but very, very wrong, and I would like to pick up a little bit of cobblestone to fix that, although OCD is going to go absolutely mental. So let's fix that hole up over there. Beautiful. Now, here, I guess we can put... we can put a redstone torch on either side of the blocks. That'll work quite nicely. I want to cover these redstone torches up quite well, you know. I don't want them to be seen. I want them to be sort of hidden. So have a look at this. Boom. We'll stick it like that. And on this side, let's stick it like this. Perfect. Then we can hide the shame, like so. One over there. Beautiful. Now, let's get our powered rails over there. Boom. Okay, so those are powered up. Very nice. Now, let's see. How many of these powered rails are we going to have to stick down here? One. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I reckon probably every fifth one, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dang it. Running out of pickaxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I kind of messed that one up. Dang it. The incessant and infinite sound of spider whistling, my friends. I gotta tell you, it is haunting my sleep. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna crank these spiders all the way off. Oh man, that is so much better. Let me get a sip of my beverage. Some OJ, baby. Tangy. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, my soul is at ease. We can carry on working here without having to worry about spiders anymore. Oh man, I might just keep this hostile creature sounds off for a while. Give my little soul a break from all of the pain that I've been going through. Anyway, I think I have now almost finished off how we're going to be doing these powered rails now. And what I'm trying to do is add the powered rails above a redstone torch wherever they are. But I want those redstone torches to be hidden. You know, I don't want them to be seen, or I want them to be as hidden as they can possibly be. So it is pretty tricky to get done, but check it out. We can be sneaky. We can stick the redstone torches underneath the blocks that hold the powered rails, and that gets those powered rails all fired up, which is amazing. And I've sort of laid out all of the parts where we need to do this. I think I've added redstone torches to that one. Yep. And the redstone torches are on the sides here, so that's going to work out pretty good. All we need to do is fill this in. Beautiful, like this. We're going to work on the facade of this tunnel, definitely make it look a little bit more beautiful. And these have also been done, so that is great. And I think we just have to get the redstone torch action into these ones, and that should be easy enough to do. All we're going to do, I think, is exactly the same strategy we used on the other part of the line. We get the redstone torches underneath, the jungle plankage on top, and then the powered rails like that. And that actually works out pretty good. Oh man, I'm super excited to get this fired up, guys. I don't know why I get so excited about rails, but I just do. They make me very, very happy. And doing this kind of brings me back all the way to season 1 when we were working on a railway line from the strip mine outpost all the way back to the Molehole Castle. Do you guys remember that? Oh man, those were good times. I think that was the first time I ever used rails, and I loved it. I absolutely loved that project, and to this day, I do use that railway line when I travel to the strip mine outpost. Well, when I'm playing in Mole City, which we haven't done since season 4. But when we get back there, baby, we're going to be using that strip mine rail line for show, because it is beautiful. Okay, let's finish off this line. I think we got one more to do, or a couple more to do here, and then we can get a test in, and then we can do some enchanting. Oh man, that is what I'm most pumped about today. I want to make a sweet, sweet pickaxe for us, or try to anyway. It's going to be a roll of the dice to get a sweet pickaxe, but hopefully we can get a sweet pickaxe. And I've got a really cool name for our pickaxe too, which I think some of you older cyberdogs out there are going to like a lot. Now, let's get the final bit of redstone action in here. Mouth, lips, can you form the words? Thank you. And let's get that done. Beautiful. Okay, our lines are done. Perfect. Absolutely amazing. Now, next step is to get some buttons in here, right? And that's going to be easy enough to do. We're just going to need 4 buttons, and we're going to use the buttons to power the rail. So when we hit the button, you'll see that it powers the rail, and that's going to shoot the minecart down into the delivery line. Perfect. Moldbeard, you know what's going on. You know what's about to go down. Oh man, Moldbeard is as excited as I am. Let's make for ourselves now a minecart chest cart thing. What are these things actually called? Let's have a look. They are called minecart with chest. Okay, the logical naming for them, I guess. Minecart with chest. Now, which side do we want to put it? I guess we want to stick it on this side, because when we come up from the quadruple mob spawner, we want to come out here directly to our enchanting table. So let's send that one over there. Let's send it on its way. Goodbye. Smell you later. That's going to go all the way down to the quadruple mob spawner for the collection of goods. And now we can put ourselves in this minecart and do a little bit of testing. Let's head all the way down, and let's see, man. This is literally just going to take a couple of seconds to get down into our grinding facility. So that's perfect. I love it. Now, the real question is, will we be able to get back? That is the real question. Let's add a couple of buttons here. Let's test the minecart with chest first. There we go. Can he get up there? Oh, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. Now, let's see if this minecart will get RENDOG'S up there. Come on, baby. It's a little bit of a struggle. I think we're going to have to double. Oh, okay. We got problems. We got problems up in here. Did I not power these rails? No, I didn't power them. Dang it. All right, let me get this sorted, and we will test it again. All right, Cyberdogs, we are trying a new strategy. I have now doubled up on our powered rails on the steep inclines of our delivery line. Unfortunately, this has meant I've used up all of my gold for Season 5. Which means we're going to have to go on an adventure very soon. But you know what, my friends? That actually sounds like a pretty nice thing to me. Take a break from this really, really painful project. It might be quite nice to go and look through a couple of caves. Anyway, let's get down to some more testing. Let's see if our minecart with chests will get up there. Wow, that went up super quick. So that was perfect. Now, let's do this thing, baby. Let's get up here. We're not losing any momentum. Looks like we're keeping the speed, except when we sort of get to that straight line. Let's see if we get all the way up here with the doubled rails. Looks like we do. Nice! That works absolutely perfectly, except for... that was cute, but it was kind of wrong. we definitely don't want to knock that minecart when we get up here, right? So what we're probably going to have to do, and I just used my last axe on killing a freaking zombie, so let me make another axe over here. What we're probably going to have to do is move this one block back over here, right? But that's going to go into there, so that kind of sucks. I guess we could just shift it to this position. That could work. Now, that means that the chest cart will go straight, or will end first, and we'll go past the chest cart, and hopefully when we jump out of the minecart, we're not going to push the chest cart down the hill, because that is going to be a little bit annoying. I think you will agree with me. All right, let's do this again. Let's go down there, send the chest cart up here, and then we'll see if we are having that same problem with knocking that chest cart back onto the line, and then we can do some enchanting. Okay, chest cart, you go on your way. I'm going to be following you straight behind you, and here we go. All the way up, all the way around the corner and across. I think I want to add another powered line to that one to make it a bit quicker. Chest cart stops in that position. We go past the chest cart, hop out. The chest cart stays there, so that's pretty good. Although I got to say, man, this is kind of ugly, right? I need to figure out how we're going to deal with this. I don't really like this. We might have to create like a little station underneath here. So in this position over here, for example, we could go straight, and then we could have a little room underneath the enchanting room where we could have a little station. Yeah, we'll probably have to do something like that. But I'm super, super happy with that, my friends. That is epic. And wow, I've still got a lot of work to do to make this tunnel beautiful, but that is beautiful. Let's get down to some enchanting without any further freaking ado, my friends. This is what I've been waiting for the entire episode. And the first thing that I want to do is repair our pickaxe. This is the pickaxe that we created, the first diamond pickaxe that we created for season 5. I'm going to use 3 diamonds to repair it, and we are going to be calling this pickaxe in honor of a pickaxe that we lost to the most ridiculous noob out facepalm in RENDOG history when I dived into an ocean monument, blocked myself in the ocean monument, and lost all of my gear. We are going to be calling our pickaxe Terra Reborn. And that is beautiful. Terra is back with us in Minecraft Survival, and I couldn't be happier to see this beautiful pickaxe. Now, let's get this pickaxe enchanted. I think I want to do a straight up enchant first. Ooh, it starts with Fortune 2. That's amazing. We could get another enchant along with the Fortune 2, but let's do this thing. Terra Reborn in the belly. Bam! What do we get? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Give us something awesome. Wow, efficiency 4, unbreaking 3, Fortune 2. That is amazing. That is, I couldn't have asked for a better first enchant than that. That is unbelievably good. Wow. That is so, so sweet. Now, what do we have here in the form of books? Nothing to write home about, but we can start enchanting some of these books to see if we can get some pretty decent enchants too, if I can pick them up. Man, I'm so excited. I can't even do this properly. Let's get a book in there with some lapis. This is going to give us Fortune 2, which we can then use to bring Terra up to Fortune 3. But we still need to get Terra to efficiency 5 and mending on this bad boy. So we can't do too many re-enchants to Terra, unfortunately. But let's make a Fortune 2 book. I think that's going to be worth doing. And let's keep on doing this, baby. Efficiency 5, perfect. With sharpness 3, that doesn't really work out. Power 4, we'll take it. And I kind of just want to make as many of these high-level books as I can. Punch 1? That's not too bad, I guess. I suppose what I would also like to do is get our fishing rod completely enchanted up now too. Where is our fishing rod? There is the fishing rod that we've got. Luck of the Sea 2 and Lure 2 with Mending and Unbreaking 3. I'd like to get this to Luck of the Sea 2 and Lure 2. There's a Lure 2 fishing rod. I want to try and get a Luck of the Sea 2 fishing rod so that we can combine those to combine with this one. So I tell you what, my friends, I'm going to settle down for a little bit of enchanting over here. Let's see what I can pull out of the bag for us here, baby. Terra Reborn! She's back, baby!